Are you ready to move to the country? What should you do before you quit your job? What should you do before you pack up your family and move out to the middle of nowhere? What do you do? Welcome to Goose Pond Hideout with Rob. My purpose is sharing with you how to live and enjoy life every flippin' day. So I've been planning to make this video here for a while. I enjoy all your comments. I read them all and I reply to the new ones on the new videos. And I want to cover a couple of things that are like hands-on, what you can do. You're living in a city, you're living in a suburb, and you want to move out to the country, and you're not, sure, like, what are the steps to do it. We keep saying, oh, move to the country or that, but how do you really do it? So the things that when you're living in a city environment, the suburban environment, you're in that hamster wheel of life. And that's just reality. You've got a place to live, and you buy clothes for work and a car to get to work, and you drive or commute, however, public transportation, whatever it is. You go to your job, you do your work all day long, and then you go home, and you just, that hamster wheel. That's just kind of what we call it. And how do you, transition out of that when you want to move out to the country, right? So the main thing that you want to learn to do is live with basics. Because living out in the country is basically basic living. And it comes down to that definition of needs and wants. The things that you really need to survive and live and be happy. Life is short. You're trying to find your freedom. You want to be happy. And the needs are small. And the wants end up taking over your life because you're, again, in that hamster wheel. So the thing to do is get out a piece of paper, a pen, a pencil, a crayon, whatever. I know I'm trying to not be silly, but I can't help myself. And go online to your bank account, look at last month and write down the categories of things, that you spend your money on. Your rent, your mortgage, your various utilities, your services, those recurring charges that you're paying for every month, Netflix, Hulu, your cellular phones, list all those things out, and then maybe go to the month previous to that and look at that. That's one of the nice things about, back in my day, you had to actually get out paper checks and go through and see what you spent your money on. But now it's all right online. You can sort and search and all of that. But figure out where you're paying your money. And you want to transition to the basics. So if you're serious about moving out to the country, which I'm hoping that you are, that's why you're watching, right? And so you're going to get your piece of paper and you're going to write all that down, because what you need to do is stockpile a pile of money. The last thing you want to do is just quit your job and you've got a bunch of debt and move out to the country. That ain't going to cut it. So you're going to pare down your budget. You're going to drop all the services, like you're going to get rid of Netflix. You're going to get rid of, Hulu or whatever it is, your DirecTV. You're going to not eat out at restaurants anymore. No sit-down restaurants, no fast food joints, no grabbing a cup of coffee on your way to work for $5 every morning. Because if you just think about it, if you can save $20 a day, that's almost $7,500 in a year. That's, you know, it's way over $7,000, close to $7,500. 20 times 365, right? So it really adds up. So you're gonna just pare down. You're gonna, you know, you can't, if you're got a mortgage, you can't reduce that. And if you're rent, I mean, when you're making your plans, I would shoot for about a year, give or take. You definitely don't want to go past 2 years, or that the carrot that you're hanging out in front of your nose is too far away. And you're going to get your whole family on board. If you've got kids or that, get them excited about, you know, moving to a farm, a homestead out in the country where they've got wide open spaces to run around in, and get everybody on board, because it's going to be hard. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're still living in that hamster wheel city, urban, suburban environment. Everybody around you is still living the same way. It'd be like when you're trying to quit smoking and you go on break and 8 people are sitting at the table smoking and you're trying to quit. And you know, it's hard when it's you. So you're gonna have to really buckle down and want to do it. But just pare down all those expenses, you know, live basic, because you're trying to stockpile money so that you can, you know, when you move to the homestead, you got a something that you can work with, because you're quitting your job, I'm assuming, if you're moving, you know, far enough away, move to a different state or whatever. And then also you want to start to transition your lifestyle. And again, I'm being serious here, even though it's going to sound like I'm being silly. But, you know, can you just shower once a week instead of 2 times a day? You know, can you wear the same clothes all week long, unless you know, really get them dirty? So, you know, are you gonna you're gonna be able to poop in a bucket kind of thing? You know, set up your bucket in your bathroom in your house. But again, live basic. Get rid of all the bills that you can. No restaurants, you know, no fast food, you know, reduce your car insurance. Can you have a bigger deductible? If you're driving a new car with the payment, get rid of that thing and get a, you know, a car you can pay cash for. Start thinking like you're living on your homestead out in the country, even though you're still in that city. And it's going to be hard because, again, everybody around you is still living that Edward Scissorhands life of, you know, going to work and coming home and commuting and all of that kind of thing, and going out to eat their meals. Nobody cooks at home anymore, kind of thing. You know, go to basic meals, beans and rice and things, because you've got to get your debt paid down. You've got to get a stockpile of cash. You've got to get used to wearing the same clothes all week and just showering. I mean, you wash up, you know, washcloth, warm water in the sink or whatever. But, you know, you don't take 20, 30-minute showers every single day. The average American uses, I think it said it's like 82 gallons of water a day. So a family of 3 is using like 250 gallons of water a day. We use about 350 to 400 gallons of water a month. So, you know, that's a 30th, a 25th or whatever, just a fraction of the water. I mean, we use barely in a whole month what the average family is using in a day. And we have the pond, we use the pond water for, you know, watering the chickens and things like that. We're just very frugal with that. You bundle together trips. You don't just run out for a quick pizza in the evening. You know, you put things together. When we have doctor's appointment, we drive to the doctor and go to the, you know, visit the doctor, and then we stop at Walmart and the gas station, or, you know, whatever, the feed store to get chicken feed on the way home. We don't just run out for quickie things. We put things together, drive as little as possible. I mean, we fill up the car once a month, once every 3 weeks. So that's the kind of thing that you just want to be thinking about, is budget, budget, budget. Stockpile your cash, get used to living with the basics, not that wanty lifestyle of the suburbs. Let me know what you think. What questions would you like me to cover?